Welcome to the December 1st, 2021 meeting of the Berlin Conservation Commission in accordance with Governor Baker's March 2020 order superseding certain provisions of the open meeting law due to the outbreak of COVID-19. This meeting will be held remotely via the Zoom platform. All participants should be aware that anything you say, share, or show on camera during this meeting will be recorded and uploaded to the Town of Berlin YouTube channel. This virtual location was listed on the agenda along with all necessary links for public attendance. Audience members who wish to participate should use Zoom's raise hand function and will be called upon by the chair when appropriate. Please remember to mute your microphone when not speaking and speak clearly to ensure accurate minutes are recorded. Each vote taken during this meeting will be conducted by a roll call vote. I will now confirm that all members of the Conservation Commission are present and can hear me before opening the meeting. AJ.
Here, and I hear you loud and clear.
Excellent. Louise.
Loud and clear.
Walter. Maybe not. Holly.
Here and clear.
Robin.
Here.
All right, let's try Walter one more time. Walter.
Sorry, I was muted there. I can hear you fine. Thanks.
Excellent. Excellent. All right, I call the meeting to order at 7:05. And so everybody get the minutes that Louise sent out today?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Do anybody have anything they want to add or change, or do we have a motion to accept the minutes?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the minute.
All right, Holly. All right.
Robin, you were making dinner.
I'll second.
Oh, Robin seconded.
Oh, okay.
Gonna have to get the next one. All right, motion made and seconded. AJ.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
sorry. Take a vote. AJ, affirmative. Louise.
Aye.
Walter.
Aye.
Holly.
Aye.
Robin.
Aye.
Carolyn, aye. Motion passes unanimously. Next, Robin, if you can step away from cooking for a minute. The treasurer's report.
I'm actually just eating now, but
Oh, okay. Sorry.
all right. Nope, that's all right. So all right, so treasurer's report in the wetlands fund, we have $12,025.47. In open space, we have $236,997.71. And in the budget, we have $1,703. And those are all as of October 31st.
Nice. So we're pretty current with that now.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Anything else from the treasurer?
Nope, just I don't know if you want to talk, we need to talk about it or not. I was just working on some of that budget stuff today, so I sent out an email to Margaret just with some questions, and we can work on that later this week. It's due on the 6th by like 4:30, so there's a very clear deadline that we need to meet, so we'll try and get that done this week so we can get it signed and delivered.
Awesome. All right. So
I
the
wasn't
6th.
gonna Yeah, I wasn't going to include anything. We usually get $2,000 a year for our standard budget stuff. So aside from like Maddie, I wasn't going to change the $2,000 budget for our other stuff.
Yeah, agreed. I don't think we need to add anything else.
Yep.
All right, so yes, I'll be around. I have something tomorrow night, but other than that, and I have to work Saturday, but other than that, I'm around.
Okay,
When-
yeah, so once I
oh.
hear back from Margaret, I should be able to finalize that, and it should be pretty straightforward.
Okay. Awesome. And yeah, so that's next Tuesday, right? Or is that
I
next
thought it was
Monday?
Monday, actually. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's Monday.
All right. Which makes sense. Select board meets on Monday. All right. And so bills and forms. I don't think we have anything. Louise, did you get your reimbursement finally?
Not yet.
No. Robin, have you heard anything about that?
No, I haven't, but you said you just submitted it like in the last week or so, right?
I did, but I already got mine.
Yours went in sooner though, I think,
Oh, okay.
because I had enough signatures on it. So I
Okay.
think yours went in a little sooner. We're still missing one on Louise's.
Okay.
You're still missing one?
No. We have everything now, and it was submitted probably at least a week and a half ago at this point. But I know the one for Carolyn got submitted sooner.
Right.
Okay.
It was,
But
yeah,
so you should be getting that
hopefully soon.
hopefully soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just think about how that it probably got approved at the select board this week. And I think the checks get cut on Friday, so you should get it next week.
Next week.
So just let either Robin or I know if you don't,
All
so
right,
we
I
can
will.
follow up on it. Yep.
If you want to borrow $100 in the meantime, Louise, just give me a call.
Oh,
Walter,
okay.
I want to borrow $100, Walter. Okay, so not a lot in the email. There's a couple of things, actually, one thing I didn't put on here. So one of the things that has been in the email has been, so the MVP grant, they will, you can kind of give them your proposal ahead of time and they'll let you know how to enhance it. What more information you need to include or whatever. And I think, Maddie, isn't that like mid-January is the deadline for that?
Yeah, pretty much mid-January you can submit it to, but the sooner you submit it, the more feedback you'll get, it sounds like.
Right,
So,
right. So Maddie and I are gonna work on that. And Maddie, did you see the email with Krista today?
I did, yep.
Okay, are you available next Wednesday?
Yeah, yep.
All right,
Okay.
so
What is
we're gonna,
the grant?
the MVP grant, the Municipal Vulnerability Program.
Oh, okay.
And that is climate change related.
Okay.
So
got it.
that's the first grant that we're gonna apply for the Laura property. So Maddie and I at least are gonna meet with Krista. Hopefully Margaret can make it as well next Wednesday to get all that prepared and get that in as soon as we can. And then there was an email yesterday from the conservation agent in Bolton. So Gibbs Road, the new little 5-house development off of Peach Hill out on the Bolton line. Apparently someone who lives there has been dumping their leaves on the Fifeshire Trail. Like on the trail. So Walter, any chance you can run up there in the next couple of days and just check it out?
Yeah, I just made a note of it. I'll do
Okay.
on this.
Awesome. And you know, it might just take a knock on the door of the house if you want
Oh,
us to
yeah.
write a, yeah.
Yeah.
AJ,
Hey, Walter, if it works out, I'd like to ride along with you.
Okay, I'll give you a buzz. Hey,
Yeah.
Jay.
awesome. So that would be great. And then just let me know where that stands so I can email Rebecca in Bolton.
Hey, Jay, what's your phone number?
Let's not do that on Zoom.
I'll put it in
Okay.
the chat, Walter.
All right. Oh, my God.
Unless AJ, you want, all of YouTube to have it.
Forget it, forget it.
I'll send it in the email.
I'm telling you,
Okay.
we're going to hell, the ham country.
I agree. Okay. So moving on, Maplewood Farm all seems to be in order. I've gotten several notices of soil being imported. So hopefully they'll finish up sooner than later and get that all set. Highland Ridge. So actually, you guys, I sent out the most current report from Pat. Everything looks good up there. They're just building houses. Seems like the majority of the site work is now done and stable. So that's good. And then 100 River Road West. You ready for this, Walter?
Yeah,
We have an NOI filing for December 15th.
oh,
Yep, they're going to restore. I was contacted by a realtor for somebody who's interested in the property. So the filing is actually the current owner who we issued the enforcement order against. But so it's Beals and Thomas that are doing the filing. And Robin, I actually have a check. There's a check in that filing also.
Okay.
So I'll need to get that to you. And yeah, so that's good news.
it is.
Finally moving forward. And I'll try and take a ride by 36 Dudley in the next couple of days and see if there's been any progress there, but I haven't heard anything.
I'd be surprised.
Yeah. Yep. So we have an appointment at 7:30 for an RDA. I think I sent everybody all that information as well. And so moving on to new business. So a couple meetings ago, we voted to allow the chair to sign, to be the sole signer on small purchases. But we need to include, you guys need to vote to allow me to sign Maddie's payroll as well. Apparently that needs to be a separate a thing that's called out specifically. Margaret's been co-signing them currently.
So you need a motion on that?
I do.
I would move that we have the chairperson sign Mattie's payroll.
I'll
and other
second.
expenses.
Awesome.
I'll second.
All right. Roll call vote. AJ,
Aye.
Louise,
Aye.
Robin,
Aye.
Walter,
Aye.
Polly,
Aye.
Carolyn, I. Excellent. That should streamline things a little for us, Maddie. And so while we're waiting for Peg to get here or 7:30, whichever comes first. Walter, have you heard anything else about ATVs at 40 Caves?
I have not. No.
Okay.
Just from what I read on your agenda here.
Right, yeah, I had kept that on there just to see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I haven't,
I'm assuming no news is good news,
I hope so.
right? And, oh, actually, so nothing new on the parking lot at Linden Street. I'm gonna keep that on there until the spring, and then hopefully we can get something done about that early spring.
You know, I've got an idea on that. I went up, I mean, you know, things are simple, you know, you just have to do it sometime. I mean, I would go up and I'll get a couple of volunteers. I started to do it myself, but if all the brush was cut on the inside of the walls along there, that would triple the visibility down through there of cars coming. So simple to do. I talked with the highway department and they would let me use the chipper and a truck. So they get some volunteers sometime, just clean up along that wall, clean up on the other, and we don't need to go to some big extravagant meeting and changing entrances and all that other stuff. I think try the simple solution first. If it doesn't work, then we can do something else, but I think it'll be all right.
So you
But
think that
anyway, I
would,
intend to cut some brush up there and take care of it, so be aware.
yeah. All right, so, I have a couple things about that. I also went up there. So those poles that are across the uprights are just held there by gravity. Why can't we just push those off and roll those to the outer limits?
That'd be just fine. It's simple and it doesn't look like, I don't like the looks of that big
I
deal
know.
up there. Keep
Right.
it simple. It could be.
Yeah,
Could-
and I don't know if there's any reason why they shouldn't be laying on the ground, but that would be my suggestion, and then we just pull out the uprights.
Yeah, there'd be no reason why that'd work just fine. Things like
Right.
that, that works all the time, all
Right.
over. I've seen it many, many times.
Yeah, so that would be my suggestion, but again, you know, right now, the highway department isn't focused on that. And then if we wind up doing a separate, an additional entrance, we do, but I
Mhm.
don't, you know, one way or
Yep.
another.
Yep.
Yep. So, but that actually, maybe our new Trails Committee can kind of take that on. Or, you know, coordinate with that.
We have a new Trails Committee?
So, do you know Kyle?
No.
All right, Kyle, we're gonna start talking about you.
Walter,
Whoa,
so,
you totally cut out there for a second, Kyle. Say that again.
Walter does know me, whether
I
he,
thought so.
I live next to his house where he grew up. I asked him,
Oh, okay, okay. That's right. Now I do.
Yeah.
the beard will help you remind you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So yeah, so after town meeting, Kyle got in touch with me and said, you know, that he was interested in kind of getting involved with the town. And after some conversation about what openings there were, I mentioned that we've been looking for someone to lead a trails committee. Oh, and there's Miss Peg as we speak. So Kyle, I don't know if you're 100% committed to it yet, or if you wanted to have some more conversation about it.
I'm pretty committed. Some details on what that is would be good. But other than that, to lend a hand in town and get after it.
Well, when I
Right.
start cutting brush up on Linden Street, I'll call you. But you work during the day.
Monday through Friday, yes. Unfortunately, I am
We
Still-
we have weekends.
I do, but We'll get to that bridge eventually.
So yeah, so I don't know. I guess I'll start. What I envision a trails committee doing is stuff like, so Kyle, are you familiar with the parking area on Linden Street, 440 Caves? That's on the Therian property.
Not for 40 caves.
I'm not, sorry, yeah, right, not for 40 Caves,
Mount
for
Pisgah.
Mount Pisgah.
Oh, yeah, Mount Pisgah, yeah.
So it's not the first parking area on Linden Street, it's up over the hill. And there's an entrance between the stone walls.
Yep, and it's right on the left of the field, and then you go down the field over the river.
Correct,
Yep,
correct.
location.
So that parking area and an easement across the trail. The parking area is town land. The easement across the trail is across the field so that we can get, you know, people can access Mount Pisgah. And there's, the parking area has long been kind of an issue with people driving their cars across the field and letting their dogs just run and chase the horses. And we've been trying to figure out how to control this site for a while. And 2 years ago now, really, some old telephone poles were cut up and placed in the field, but it's about half of what is really allowed for parking, the space. So it needs to be redone, and it, you know, if we had a trails committee at the time, I think the whole thing would have gone differently. So that's, you know, one project that's going to need to be coordinated with the town. So, you know, something like that. And just being familiar with the trails that are in town, walking them once in a while. If someone reports a tree down, someone can go out, that can go out and clear the tree. And then eventually maybe even creating not snowmobile, sorry, Walter. Cross-country skiing trails, you know, just enhancing and making our trails better than they are, and also maintaining them is what I see the job as.
Yep, completely doable. I know most of the town. Walter may have me beat on some. But my hounds get me around town, so yeah, definitely some trail markings, and then I know there's a couple bridges that are out here and there. But other than that, yeah, clearing trees and marking paths is no problem.
Yep. And you know, if erosion seems to be a problem, doing something to help reinforce the trail, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, luckily I own a construction company in town, so we have a lot of toys we can use to facilitate a solution.
So does Walter, do you have anything you want to add or say?
Well, I just take it in a way of caution. I hike about every trail and partake in building some of them and everything. I don't know of a trail in Berlin, frankly, that I don't consider in good shape. And I hate to see too many markings. They're all marked, little dots. 90% of the trail, 99% of the trail don't need any markings at all. It's so clear where they are. At junctions, you may want to have a sign, but also the maps that are on our site are wonderful. But I hate to see, I just don't like too much intrusion and manicuring of what little wildness we have on our lands. I protected lands for the naturalness of it and the wildness of it and the wildlife. And so there's a few things that can be done, but I just would hope wouldn't get raked away with a spray can or something like that. That's all.
Louise?
I was just wondering if working on eliminating invasives would be part of the trail committee's work.
Certainly could be.
We certainly need it.
No, definitely.
I
Yep.
think
Or organizing invasive pull days and stuff like that.
Right. I think at one time Sudbury Valley had offered to do training sessions for towns.
I know they did some training over at 40 Caves.
They did, right.
They had some stuff in their latest newsletter, but I received the newsletter after the training sessions were already passed. But I signed up, spent a few dollars out of my own pocket to get on board with them, and hopefully I'll start seeing newsletters well in advance of the training, and
Right.
I can share that with the group here.
Yeah, I think they had made the offer just before all the regulations about COVID hit. So they kind of
Right.
delayed doing that.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be available.
The sessions I saw were webinar.
And I wouldn't mind hosting like a little invasive species talk. I am working on like a little PowerPoint currently on some of the invasive species that kind of clog up our woodlands. So yeah, something to look forward to.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Maddie, are you familiar with any programs that have actually been successful? And I mean, this is awfully pessimistic of me, but I sometimes think we're over the tipping point. I mean, we could work, really, really work a weekend, a couple weekends, and next year the birds will be dropping the bittersweet seeds, and it's crazy.
It is really tough, especially with vegetation management, because that stuff does just spread like the Japanese barberry or the knotweed. It just spreads so easily. So it does feel very daunting when you like remove it and then you come back a year later and it's like, oh, it looks like I did nothing. It is tough.
I just wondered.
Yeah.
I always look at it like setting mouse traps, though. If you don't at least try and control it a little bit, it gets completely out of control.
Exactly.
So, it is a little overwhelming sometimes, though. Anybody else have any questions? Or Kyle, do you have any questions?
I have one.
Okay, Kyle, hold on one second. Holly, was that you?
No, that was Peg.
Oh, sorry, Peg. Go on.
So at your last meeting, you talked about horse poop on the trails. Kyle gonna bring his pooper scooper? Just asking.
I would not consider that part of the job description.
All right. No.
Personally.
Well, no, and actually, the reason why I bring it up is that I had a resident reach out to me today saying that they watched your meeting where they talked about, possibly bringing Kyle on, and the subject of, I'm appalled at the amount of horse poop on the trails in town. So thank you for bringing that to our attention, but bears poop in the woods too. So, just want to make sure that I set, folks straight to say Kyle is potentially here to, pick things up and put things down and move things and fix bridges and all these other good things and take away limbs, but horse poop is not one of his duties.
No pun intended.
We were kids, we swore at each other.
Depends who's on the trail with you there, Walter.
I think we were kind of looking for Kyle to do like a bit of outreach to get people, right? It wasn't like we were looking for him to do everything. Is that right? I mean, I think we were looking for somebody to kind of spearhead getting, people from the community to volunteer for one-off events and stuff like that. People that don't want to join the Conservation Commission, but, would be interested in doing like a trail cleaning day or that kind of thing. So I feel like we're like dumping everything on Kyle right now. And I don't want him to think that, we're expecting him to do everything that needs to be done in town.
It sounds like we need to put together some sort of a mission statement for this trail thing. You throw out trail crew and everybody asks you, but what,
Right.
somewhat specifically. And again, I have to restate it. I haven't walked on a trail in Berlin. I feel I had to get a chainsaw and clear it out or anything like that. Although that does happen. I've seen where other people have done something like that. But other than that, they're pretty good.
So. Yeah, Kyle, you keep cutting out. I'm not sure what's going on. Your voice keeps cutting out.
It's my Wi-Fi.
Let's try that.
Better now?
Yeah, so far.
Okay, good.
Were you saying something?
To Walter's effect, we'll have to keep the trails pristine. So we'll keep.
But
we'll-
not manicured.
You want to pave them?
No. Very minimal. I'm more with Walter. Very minimal. Keep it nice. Keep it simple.
Exactly.
Maybe we can walk a couple of these weekends, Kyle.
The memories we'll make, Walter. It's fine with me.
Right.
We have an audience member, Pat Garner, would like to say something. Pat. Go ahead.
I just realized we have a 7:30 appointment, don't we?
We do, and
Okay.
Pat is the appointment.
Okay.
If we can
Pat?
hear him.
I know he's
Pat's muted.
unmuted. He's unmuted now. Hello, Pat.
Does that work? Can you hear me now?
Oh,
Yes,
there
there
you
we go.
are.
Okay, can you see me?
We cannot.
Okay, I can't.
Oh, wait a sec, though. That might be on my end.
Okay. Ah,
This Gilderoy Lockhart here?
There, yeah, right? All right.
mute. Okay, let me go live. Start video.
Yes.
Ha.
Yes.
There you
There
are.
he is.
Okay, hello.
Hi.
So I was just raising my hand to say, I think I'm lost somewhere in the Zoom world, but I couldn't see anyone. So I know I was supposed to be here. So.
Oh, okay. Yep. We're just about to you.
Okay.
So can I have a motion to recommend Kyle Tucker to the select board to lead the Trails Committee?
So move.
I'd like to make a
Second.
motion, yes, but we would like to elect
Second.
Kyle to the Trails Committee.
Say that again, Holly?
I'd like to make a motion to select Kyle as the Trail Member Committee.
Perfect. All right. And I heard somebody second. Was that you, Robin?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay. Take a roll call vote. AJ,
Aye.
Louise,
Aye.
Robin,
Aye.
Walter,
Aye.
Holly,
Aye.
Carolyn, aye. All right, Kyle. So if you could submit your volunteer application to the select board, Peg will bring it up at the next meeting after they receive your form and you'll be good.
All right.
All right, Carolyn, if you could whiz us over a email to say that you all met with Kyle, you all approved them, everybody approved, there were no nays, and you recommend this, then we will rubber stamp it on our side.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Excellent. All right.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you, Kyle. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Kyle.
You're welcome to stick around, but please don't feel like you have to.
I will mute and make my
Okay.
square go.
All right.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Good night. Okay, Pat,
Okay, do you want me
You-
to begin?
I do.
Okay, so I'm here tonight on a request for determination of applicability on 222 Gates Pond Road. It's a fairly simple proposal. The owners want to add a 30 by 30 extension to their house. It's going to be a garage under, and if you'd like me to, I'll try to share, Carolyn.
That would be great.
Okay, let me give it a try, and if I fail, I'll rely on you. Okay, here we go. All right. So can everyone see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a back parcel, and you can see Gates Pond Road is right here. And they access it off an existing drive into the property at this location. And let me zoom into this a little and blow that up so we get a better picture of it. The existing house is shown in this magenta color. And there's a line of wetlands right here with a very shallow, low pond that's sort of swampy on the right side. And then there's bordering vegetated wetlands on this side as well. And they want to add this 30 by 30 extension at this location. It'll be a garage under, essentially, with the drive, a double car drive into the center of the existing driveway. And the topography is very flat. I don't know whether any of you have had a chance to go ahead and take a look at it yet, but it's from the house to the wetland here is probably a 1 to 2% slope, and it's a very gradual slope on the right side of the house as well. They're not proposing any activity in the back. They're not proposing any activity in the front of the house. It's solely adding this extension on. So what we've proposed is wattles along the side here. You can see this little scallop line right here, and that's the existing tree line. And then on the other side, it's the same thing. Tree line runs a little bit up gradient of the edge of the wetlands, and then it shoots over and pops over to the driveway here. So we're proposing to put wattles in right along the existing tree line. There'd be no trees in this area that would be cut. Right now, underneath the existing, the proposed 30 by 30 addition, it's driveway. It's just a paved pad for parking cars. So it's pretty low key as a proposal. And we're not in any area that's endangered species. We've checked with Natural Heritage. There are no potential or certified vernal pools within hundreds of feet of the property that at least show up on SGIS. And I think that pretty well covers the proposal. And we're looking for you to give this a green light and add any reasonable conditions that you feel you need to.
I have a question, Pat, or Madam Chairperson. Pat, I'm still a little unclear. What is it? Just a pad? Is it a garage, or what is the
No.
purpose of this?
Yeah, it's so there's an existing pad right here now that's paved, and they park their cars there. They
So
want
the
to
paved
add,
pad, yeah, okay.
yeah, it exists now. It's not 30, it's probably 26 or 28 feet wide.
Mhm.
And they want to add an addition to the house. It would be 2-story. And the understory, the ground level would be a 2-car garage. And then above that would be a living space.
So this could include additional bedrooms on that house. So it brings out the issue of they're going to have to increase or improve or do whatever to the leach field. I would be wondering where that is with respect to the wetlands. But so we're just looking at this now, but hopefully we're gonna get a look at what the leach field is gonna require.
Yeah, they've told me that they have no intention to put a bedroom in. There's no bedroom or bathroom or anything like that. I think it's going to be more like a large expanded living room.
Like a
We've
bonus
talked
room
about
kind of
that.
thing?
Yeah,
Could it be converted to a bedroom?
well, everything could be, Walter. I mean, you know, as you know, if you come.
Well,
into
that's, yeah, that's part of the health bylaws, though. That's
Yeah.
what we always wonder about. People always trying to sneak in more bedrooms when maybe the existing leach field doesn't even work. But that's something I always am sensitive to and have been aware of.
No, it's a good question. And I think, you know, a simple protection would be to include a condition in the approval that stated that a bedroom in the expanded area would not be allowed by this permit.
Are we, is that it within our means to do that though? Isn't that more of a Board of Health thing?
Well, you would obviously would be subject to Board of Health approval. Yeah, you can't step into their shoes.
Well, the Board of Health would have to approve it, Robin, but we, you know, have to look at the siting of any, particularly on that lot. There's 2 wet areas there. I don't know where the existing system would be on that. Is that good gravel, Pat?
I don't know, Walter. Well, I haven't
Yeah.
participated in any depots. The system
Okay.
is back here. There's a fairly large backyard area.
Okay.
So there's nothing in this section, so it's way back away from the wetland areas.
Well, we've had a few quick ones pulled on us the last couple of years, so I'm just a little, I like to keep my left up on everything, that's all.
Yeah, no, good question. I presume that the process would be they get their permit from you, they finish their architecturals, and then go to the building inspector, and the building inspector,
Yeah.
I presume, would then talk to the Board of Health and
Yeah,
make sure it wasn't an issue.
Right, but I can say that our findings hinge on there not being any bedrooms in this addition.
Correct.
Right,
Yeah, you can do that and certainly say that the expansion would be subject to a Board of Health approval. And what that would typically trigger, I think, would be them knocking on the Board of Health's door and saying, here's what we want to do, and we want you to
yeah.
you know, confirm that we're not putting any bedroom in that would change loading capacity of the system.
Do we have a raised hand here? Is this the homeowner? Last name is
Hold on.
Caswell.
Probably, yes. Yeah, you want to let them speak?
Okay, they should be able to talk now.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hi, this is Brittany Cadswell.
Hi, Brittany.
So I don't know if I can answer all of your questions that you've been chatting about, but we actually spoke to the Neshoba Associated Board of Health. We had a Title V done. They checked out our, to make sure we could add another bedroom and a bathroom into this space, and they had no concerns with the submission of what we did, and we submitted that Title V to them.
Okay.
So that we have completed that step. I don't know if that's the only step that would be needed, because we are hoping to add a bedroom and a bathroom over the 2-car garage.
And so you have gone to the Board of Health, you've told them what you want to do, you've submitted the Title V and they approved it.
I spoke with them on the phone. They said I gave them the specs of our house and what we wanted to add. They looked up the size of our septic. They had no concerns with the size of our septic. They just said we would need a Title V to confirm that it's still in good shape, which we do have record of, and we submitted that to the Board of Health. So as far as I'm aware, they have everything needed, but of course, if you guys would require additional information from them, I'm happy to get that from them.
When was the house built?
The 1960s.
Okay. And how old is the existing storage system?
I want to say it was 19 years. It said it when we did our Title V, but I don't remember off the top of my
Okay,
head.
that's all right. That's all right.
Well, that's great. That's wonderful. So I'm just going to write, subject to Board of Health approval with existing septic.
Yeah, that's great news. Brittany, I'm glad you could be on board.
Yeah, no worries. And like I said, if you need anything additional, I'm happy to work through the Board of Health for additional paperwork or anything else you guys might need in order to see approval for that. So just let me know what you guys would need and I can work with them to get that.
All right.
Sounds
Well,
good to me.
yeah, so we have to sign off on the building permit, and at that point, we would see that the Board of Health has signed off as well.
Okay.
So, that's wonderful.
I'm gonna stop sharing if you guys have no other questions.
Well, actually, I do. So hold
Okay.
on just one sec.
You got it.
I guess my biggest concern, I assume, and it's not really a concern, just a question. I assume that the asphalt pad will be taken up and a concrete pad will be poured. And for that to happen, there'll need to be some digging. I just want to make sure that any piles of dirt that get stacked on site, that everyone's clear as to where they shouldn't get stacked. Yeah, so I would like to see them there in the front.
Yeah, I suspect that Brittany probably hasn't thought through that, but yeah, the addition would have a typical foundation on it or a concrete floor, and this is an open area through here. I presume that materials would be stockpiled in this section here. That's the logical thing, because it's higher in the back, and there's a bit of a rise of maybe 6 or 7 feet in the back end. So the logical place to put that would be here. And there's no room to really do so on the left side of the addition. So,
Right.
This would be the area.
Right. So that would be my only requirement.
Is it possible to get it marked, Patrick? So when we do start working, if we start working with contractors, they would clearly be able to define what space they wouldn't be able to put anything into?
Yeah, absolutely. We could add a location in the front of the house on the, say, front left that showed a area and say that identified it as a stockpile area for any excavated materials.
We can also work with the contractor to put agreements in place when we put those contracts in terms of haul away as well. So there's limited amount of stuff left in the space as we do the construction.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and Brittany, so too, once you have a stockpile area like that, typically you put wattles around the base all the way around it to prevent any erosion from washing off of that into both the driveway and any adjoining woods.
Right, because they're gonna need to keep some soil on site to backfill.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
You
Okay.
know, so that would be, so yes, Pat, if you could indicate something at the front of the house in that area where we're talking about, stockpile soil here or whatever the verbiage is that's
Yep. I know what to do.
appropriate.
Yeah, I'll do so, and I'll send you a PDF version and copy Brittany, obviously, by end of week.
Perfect. So I'll just, loose soil be stockpiled in front of house as indicated. Indicated, and silt fence.
Yep.
Wattles
I'll
and-
actually show wattles around the base of it.
Okay, yep. Wattles surrounding.
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of material, Carolyn, because they're going to put it basically at elevation. There's a little bit of a grade rise in the back, and I suspect that they're going to want to cut back into that 4 or 5 feet to, give them room to work on the backside of the addition. But that's not going to amount to more than probably a couple yards, cubic yards of material.
Right, but they're gonna need to dig down for the footings.
Correct.
But they could actually, because that'll probably just be around the perimeter, they could even stockpile that inside.
Yeah, yep, exactly. But again, the front lawn is there, and all that means is that when they're finished, they get to scrape it off the front lawn and rebuild the front lawn.
Right.
Aha, LOL, right?
Yep. Does anybody else have any questions or concerns? I think you can probably stop sharing now, Pat.
Looks good to me.
All right, and everybody agrees that we can do this with an RDA and we don't need an NOI,
I do.
as do I. Robin, Louise.
I agree.
Holly, AJ.
Good by me.
And by me.
All right, so someone want to make a motion?
I move that we approve the plan as submitted as a request for determination of applicability.
Right, so we want to
Issue a negative one. is it?
issue a negative finding.
I move we issue a negative finding on the plan.
I'll second.
Robin, that was you?
Yes.
All right. Last call for comments. Hearing none, I'll ask you to vote. AJ? Oop. See, he seems to have frozen. We'll move on.
Yeah.
Louise?
Aye.
Robin?
Aye.
Holly?
Aye.
Walter?
Aye.
AJ? Still
Rick Moore,
frozen?
he hadn't moved.
No. So Carolyn, I will say it's unanimous, and
That's
so
it.
yep. So I think you guys are all set.
Okay, good. Thank you. I'm glad I could join you. I'm glad you could hook me in.
Yes.
Okay. Good night.
Thank you, Pat. Good night. Thank you,
Bye.
Brittany.
Thank you so much.
All right, let me get back to my agenda. So under land acquisition, that is still here from the last meeting, but Walter, did you hear that CPA, we got 100% match this round, this year?
Yeah, I did hear that. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
I thought that because we went for the 3% versus the 2 or the 1, that we would get more than 100% matching. Kind of did that. But
No,
that's all
so,
right. You don't
yeah,
need to
so-
have a long discussion. I was
yep, no, so I can just tell you that everybody that has 1%,
Yeah.
a 1% surcharge, they got 39.4%.
oh, okay. Okay.
Across the board.
Yeah.
And then,
Wow.
yeah, I believe there were 10 or 12 communities that got 100% match.
Mhm.
And we were one of them, but they were all small towns. Hadley specifically, I remember, towns our size, and so
Mhm.
yeah, so good for us for doing the 3%, and it so far seems to be working out.
That's about as strong an indication that the community is conservation minded that you could possibly get, when they vote to tax themselves in order to protect it.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah. So I think that's all I have. I was going to try to cancel the December 15th meeting just because so close to Christmas, but then that NOI came in. So our next meeting really is just the NOI so far. So it'll be a shorty.
For River Road.
River Road, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything else they would like to contribute? Hearing nothing, I look for a motion to adjourn.
So
I'll
move.
motion to adjourn.
I think Walter
I'll
started
second.
first.
Everybody jumped on that. Holly got the second on that one.
No, I didn't. I think Robin.
Oh, you, oh,
Yeah, that was me
okay,
again.
okay.
Yeah, she's fast now. She's
Okay.
making up for that.
Walter moved, who
I'm just
seconded?
hitting the space bar.
Robin,
Robin. Okay.
all right. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll ask you to vote. Louise,
Aye.
Robin,
Aye.
Holly,
Aye.
Walter,
Aye.
Carolyn, aye. All right, guys,
Okay, so AJ did not vote on that one.
correct.
He's
AJ,
frozen.
something happened to his internet.
Yeah,
Another perfect meeting, Madam Chairperson.
I know. I'm
well-
loving these hour meetings. So
I know. And
I know.
yeah, theoretically, next meeting will be a shorty as well.
Great.
So, yeah,
All right. Well, have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
all right.